everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So let's begin our section with a wonderful quote. Today's quote is: good mental health is not merely the absence of illness, but the presence of resilience, balance, and the ability of navigate life's challenges with grace and self-awareness. Greetings of the day. Good evening, everyone. I, Palma Shetty Tripura Sudhapriya, being your host for today's international webinar on the topic Approaches of Good Mental Health, extends my warm greetings and a very good evening to all of you present here. Approach for Good Mental Health guides young minds through turbulent times, offering a compass of resilience and self-discovery. The empowering journey equips them with the tools to navigate the challenges of anxiety, fostering a mindset that embraces mental well-being with courage and strength. Talking about SEMS Welfare Foundation, we are a Section 8 not-for-profit company registered under the Company Act 2013 with various recognition from NITA Ayog, MSME, MPCon, DDU, GKY, and more. Recognized as a startup by DIPP, MCA, and awarded Best Service Award for National Contribution. SEMS Group, with an active network of 5,000 plus professionals, published books, and an international journal, organizer education and health camps for unprivileged children, and promoted digital and financial literacy and contributed to society. Our initiative, Didi Saksham, has developed content for 300 plus courses in IT, BFSI, retail entrepreneurship, impacting diverse age groups. We have executed a skilling project for 600 inmates, signed MOUs for training, collaborated with various organizations, and conducted international conferences. Families, another SEMS initiative, empowers women through workshops and newsletter, conducting awareness program in digital literacy, marketing, and career development across different industries. We have impacted over 1,000 women across states and recently celebrated a milestone of 100 women associated with the program. On behalf of whole SEMS family, I welcome you all for today's international webinar on approaches for good mental health. And to add and to our guest of honors, today's speaker is Dr. Shakti. It is a great honor to have you with us, ma'am. We are grateful for your presence here with us today. Now, let me introduce you to the speaker. About Dr. Shakti is a physiotherapist and fitness expert by profession, having more than 9 years of experience in critical and academic field. She is a lifetime member of the Indian Association of Physiotherapists and have won several awards for her contributions towards the health and fitness industry. She is very much goal oriented and passionate about creating awareness in public. She believes in providing qualitative and quantitative services to people through continued education for every individual person. Ma'am, now over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Tripura ji. This was a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much, Lakshmi ji, and big a big amount of thanks to SEMS Foundation for having me on this occasion and inviting me as a speaker. And I'm glad I'm obliged to the entire team of SEMS Foundation, where you have put a tremendous effort in bringing out and inviting speakers like us who can talk and who can share about very important topics, right? So, as you have already mentioned about the topic, and of course, I will be telling a little bit about more about the mental health, right? What is the first thing that comes to our mind when we think about any situation in life that is going to change, right? Now change is something that starts in our mind only, okay? And I hope our audiences who are here, they will also get benefit from all the little things that I'm going to mention today. So basically, whenever doctors and specialist people, okay, they recent times, like most importantly thanks to COVID, that it has created an impact on our living, that on everyday basis we keep on getting new thoughts, new ideas, what to do and what not to do in our general life. Okay, so who is taking part in it? Our mind, our brain, right? So mental health is something which is which has come to the limelight. Earlier there was a time we only used to treat the ailment, we used to take medications and nothing else, that's it. But nowadays mental health is something which is far more important for a person than the physical aspect. I think everyone will agree with me, right? When you are at work, when you're at home, or whenever you're taking care of your child, doing some activity, everything, a lot of things comes to your mind, that what am I going to do next? I'm going to manage the situation. I'm going to reduce it. All these things are what? Where it is getting generated in your mind. So when we are cropping up, or when we are piling up these thoughts and individual ideas in our mind, sometimes we feel confused. Sometimes we feel what to do next. Okay. So here, as I told, that various situations will put various impact over your mental aspect. So here, as I had mentioned about COVID, not only COVID, there will be a lot of things which will be coming on in our environment, like a simple fever, a simple cold, and a simple, any kind of situation. Like many people have lifestyle problems like blood pressure, they have thyroid, they have diabetes, right? Now when these kind of conditions, or when this type of situations happens, everyone starts thinking what to do now, how will I start, taking medications, when to improve, how to improve. So this kind of situation, when it is cropping up in your mind now, what is the first thing that we are going to do? That get rid of this stress, get out of this anxiety, right? I'm worried. This worry, this anxiety, this stress is nothing but the mental illness that you are having. This is not permanent. This is temporary, right? Today you're feeling like this. Maybe tomorrow a new day will come, a new thought, a new idea will come in your mind, right? So here, what is important? It's important to understand your emotional, your emotional, your motivational, your inspirational level. That is important. And mental well-being is something that nowadays the professionals are also concerned about. That if a person is coming to you now, if I am a physiotherapist, when a patient comes to me, she says that, ma'am, I'm having low back pain. If I start asking that, what kind of problem did you had in your past, and along with that, I keep it in mind to ask one question, that do you have any anxiety? Do you have any problem in your psychology? But the person says, yes, ma'am, I'm having a lot of stress. Every day I have to, take care of my kid, go to office, and do a lot of multitasking. Now, this multitasking thing is something which is taking a toll on everyone's head now. Not only females, but males are also doing multitasking, right? So this has created, a lot of question, how to deal with that, how to get rid of that, and how to help our clients deal with it. Okay. So even the professionals, they are also suffering. Even I also go through a lot of mental challenges every day. I keep on thinking a lot. I keep on, try to find out the solution, what to do. So basically, WHO has, defined mental health in a different way. Okay. So according to, WHO, that it's a state of emotional, psychological, and a social well-being. Okay, it's not only one aspect. It's almost three aspects that we are going to covering up: the emotional one, the psychological one, and the social one as well. Okay, so every person is having different kind of problem. I can't say my, like my 5 fingers are different. Each individual will be different from one another. Every person will be having a different problem area, right? And every person has a different solution for it also, right? So why to choose one solution for it? Okay, so we need to have a wholesome remedy for this mental problems or psychological problems. So here, everyday life gives us a lot of challenges, right? I am sure that all of you are sitting out here, you are eager to know that, ma'am, what is the problem, how to get rid of it, tell us a solution, right? Yes, definitely. So first of all, we need to understand the problem. What is the root cause of the problem? Hold that problem, then get rid of it. Okay. So here, coping up with normal stresses of life also has become tough for many people. Earlier, it was not a problem because we never had so many challenges. Okay. Where our parents used to take care of us and we used to have a very simple life. But nowadays, technology, disease pattern, adulteration, environmental changes all have created a lot of impact over the living being's life, right? So, most importantly, your brain is your controlling unit. Okay. Now, if you're doing something, now everything starts with your brain, as I told you, right? Getting up in the morning until you go back to sleep in the night, your brain is constantly working. Okay. And good and bad, whatever is happening, is all happening in the central unit of your body, and that is your brain, right? So basically, when your brain comes across a lot of thoughts, ideas, mood, and everything. So here, mental health is something which comes into our mind the first thing. Okay. So here, basically what happens, you can check that there are a lot of activities or new words you will come across. I will be telling new words. कुछ नए शब्दों का इस्तेमाल मैं करूंगी आज जो आपकी मेंटल हेल्थ के साथ जुड़ी हुई है. लाइक यू हैव गॉट योर डिप्रेशन, post traumatic stress disorder, you have got your anxiety disorder. Now these all things, have you heard about it, right? Eating disorders, addictive behaviors, right? Can anyone tell me yes or no? Yeah. So these things are important where you can relate all these things, and these are all everything nothing but your mental health issues that you're facing up. Okay. So here, there are a wide range of mental health conditions like mood swings, thinking pattern, behavior pattern, everything is important. Okay. And when I'm talking about your mental health, that means specifically not only these problems, there are a lot of problems. These are only the main words or main headings that I have told you. Addictive behaviors. Now, what is addictive behaviors? Smoking, alcohol, drugs, right? They get addicted to your body. And when they get addicted to your body, it becomes too difficult for us to handle. And that leads to a mental problem, right? And when there is a trauma in your life, when there is any kind of trauma or any kind of stress in your life, supposedly you lost your near and dear one, supposedly you were met with an accident. So here what happens? After the trauma, the stress that lives behind is something which is your post-traumatic stress disorder. I hope everyone must be, having this kind of phase in the life where somewhere or the other, you get these kind of problems, and people do suffer silently. So it's a very silent disease pattern. I'm not saying that everyone is shouting that is, I'm having this mental disorder, anxiety or stress. छुपाने की कोशिश करते हैं everyone, right? Everyone tries to hide it up, not disclose it. Okay. So why? My question is why to hide these problems? Now, if someone is having mental issues, if a person is having anxiety or stress, now definitely we need to talk about it. Okay. So here, basically, whenever we are doing or whenever we are facing these issues, this is not a single day affair. Okay. This is not going to get, ruled out in a day. It will take a lot of time for us. A day or a 2 or 3. So just a minute. Sorry for the interruption. So basically, when people come to us and they have some kind of medical or mental health issues, here the most important part is that not to hide the problems. Okay. If we have any problem, if we have any eating disorder, right? Someone is eating up, the person is not hungry, and still the person is eating up and doing this kind of eating disorder. So this is called binge eating disorder. These kind of problems are something which is a lifestyle problem. There is nothing much. Okay, there is no serious issues that he is going to, has happened to the person. Only the lifestyle modification has to be done. Okay, so when I'm talking about the mental health condition, so as I told you that these are all the lifestyle problems, everyday basis, everyday stress, and everyday, activities that are going to come up in our life, and how to deal with that. So whenever you are dealing with these conditions, so there are a lot of complications also that come up. Okay, so why we need to restrict these problems? Okay, because these problems are not only restricted to one part of the body. These complications are, they are going to cover up your entire body part as well. So here, the complications that if we say, mostly your musculoskeletal system of the body gets affected, the neurological or the nervous system of the body that gets affected. Of course, the two most important organ of your body who are like best friends, like your cardiac and respiratory, your heart and lungs, right? They keep on functioning together every time. They can't leave each other. They also get affected because of the mental health issues, right? And apart from that, your behavioral problem. Now, this is something which is, which you can see from outside. So behavior is something which gets affected. Okay. And whenever the behavior gets affected, okay, so it seems from your sign and symptoms that, okay, something is wrong with the client. Okay. And apart from that, your social life gets affected. People have schizophrenia, people have anxiety disorder where they don't feel like interacting with people. Okay. And they don't feel like doing any kind of activity in, in a open area. So that is the difficulty, or that is the problem the person is having in the social life. Okay. So there what comes, the socialization aspect gets disturbed in the person's life, and at the end क्या होता है, आपकी lifestyle बिगड़ जाती. That means the lifestyle or the way you used to live, or if a person was very happy go lucky, if the person was very extrovert, he used to go out and do activities, that gets affected. That means the lifestyle becomes difficult. Okay, now if I talk about you know in depth about the complications that might happen because of the mental health issues. So, to be very precise, in-depth discussion, if we if we conduct any kind of discussions, we have many words or phrases, okay, जो हम mental health problems में उसको cater करते हैं, उसको पकड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं. मोस्ट एंड वेरी कॉमन आप लोगों ने सुना होगा डिप्रेशन एंड एंजाइटी, राइट? सो इफ अ पर्सन इज डिप्रेस्ड, इफ अ पर्सन इज एंशियस, वो कभी कभार दिखता नहीं है. इट्स नॉट विजिबल फ्रॉम आउटसाइड समटाइम्स, राइट? एज आई टोल्ड यू, इट इज हिडन. ओके, वो छुप के वार करता है, राइट? इट्स लाइक अ साइलेंट किलर. वी ऑल्सो हैव सिजोफ्रीनिया. सो सिजोफ्रीनिया इज अ कंडीशन जिसमें आपके क्लाइंट जो है और द पर्सन सफर्स and in a very secluded manner. He does not want to go out, he does not want to interact with the family also. Okay, that is the most challenging part. If a person is not interacting with the family, then what else is left? The client finds himself very alone. The client tries to counsel himself that I'm okay, I'm doing activity, I'm fine. So these are the things. Okay, these are the things that happens with the schizophrenic person. Okay, so apart from that, we have got again new conditions called stress and confusion. Okay, now stress is something which a relatively a daily activity. Okay, every day, when you start working at 9 o'clock in the morning and you end at 5 o'clock in the evening, stress is something which is again a lifestyle problem. Every day you have a stress that, oh my god, today I had a hectic work, I had a lot of activities, now I would just want to sleep, go home, eat food and sleep, right? तो ये भी एक स्ट्रेस होती है. एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रेस व्हेन इट पाइल्स अप इन द बॉडी, दैट बिकम्स अ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड वन, राइट? सो इफ इट गोज अवे, इट इज फाइन, बट इफ द स्ट्रेस remains in your body for a longer period of time, that is something which is bad for your body. Okay, and then confusion, that means if a person is confused, right? If a person is not able to focus on any particular activity, if the person is not able to concentrate on any particular activity, that means the person is confused. He doesn't know what to do next, right? He does not find any solution. Okay, this is something which I'm doing, the very next moment I don't know what to do. Okay, so this is what happens. Now if I say that all these things silently leads to a condition called suicide. I think probably in India, this suicide or the rate of suicide has increased a lot in in case of adolescents, in case of young people who are not able to achieve their goal, who are not able to find a balance in their life, and who are suffering from this mental disorders silently. Post traumatic stress disorder and suicide, these are very common in people. Okay, and when people have these suicidal tendencies, right, they will not be able to tell this. They don't express many things. Okay, the only thing that they know is committing suicide. If a person is a student who is studying in a college, or if a person is working out, and they will show that they're very happy from outside, but somewhere or the other there is a thing which is crippling the mind, and that is a mental disorder, and that is a mental problem the person is having, but he's not sharing with anyone, right? So that is the problem. Why? That is a question that everyone should ask. Why are you not sharing? And that has led to suicide. Now, because of mental health problems, there will be lack of concentration, there will be lack of focus also. People will not be able to focus on any particular activity, people will not be able to concentrate on any particular activity, right? Obviously that will lead to crippling the entire work pattern, not at office, not at home, and that is just because of the mental imbalance that you have. Alcohol intake. Now if I say that if a person is mentally disturbed, most of the people try to find out a solution which is easy for them, and the best thing that they can do is start smoking or taking alcohol. Okay, so I'm not saying that everyone who takes alcohol occasionally or socially, they are all having mental problems. No, but majority of people who have these problems, who have these mental health issues now, they try to calm down themselves through these bad habits. And this is not the right choice, or this is not the right way to deal with any mental health problems. Now, because of this mental health issues, people have insomnia, they will have mental fatigueness. Insomnia means sleeplessness. Okay, many people, many elderly people, who are having depression or who have this problem, they often say that I'm not getting a good sleep. Neend nahi aati hai raat mein. Okay, I'm not able to sleep properly. I have a disturbed sleep, so I don't know what to do and how to stop it. That means they don't know how to combat that problem. Isn't it isn't it something which is very bad, or we find out, right? So because of the sleeplessness, again, the client will be having tiredness. The client will be having fatigueness. The client will not be able to do any activity the very next day. That is just because the person didn't get a good sleep because of mental health problem, right? Now, last but not the least, when we have covered all these things, at the end, what happens? धीरे धीरे करके ये आपके बिहेवियर में निकलने लगता है. You try to show the sign and symptoms to the public through your behavior and through your thoughts. Now, if you're imbalanced, if you're not, if you're not maintaining that psychological balance, so definitely what will happen? Your thought will change, your behavior pattern will change. And a time will come that your behavior pattern will be very negative. Your self confidence level will come down, and you will not be able to cope up with the everyday stress of your life. And that's just because of the mental health problem or the mental, issues that you're having. Then why not to talk to someone, right? So this is something which is important where, if a person is having any kind of mental health problem, all these things will surely affect the person. Surely the person will have sleeplessness. Surely the person will have confusion. Surely the person will, do some kind of activities which is against the normal living, right? Now I wonder if why these things are happening. So all our, health professionals, they are also still thinking why it is happening, how to tackle the situation, and what to do next. So when we talk about mental well-being, I told you there are many problems which are arising, on everyday basis. People are silently suffering. They're not talking to anyone, they're not sharing to anyone. If even they are not, they are hesitant to visit a doctor or a psychologist and talk about it. They think that, oh my god, if I go and talk to the person, he will think that I am mad, or मैं पागल हूँ, मैं सोच नहीं सकता हूँ, मेरे दिमागी तौर पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. It's okay. He's just a doctor. He will advise you what to do and what not to do. Okay. So here, even doctors also trying to find out what are the ways in which we can tackle these situations, your emotional and mental. Emotionally, people suffer silently, I tell you, because, your body will try to give you symptoms. You will have high blood pressure. You will have, stress. You will have, increased palpitation, circulation. You will have many problems. Now, these kind of problems are arising from what? Because you are mentally disturbed, because you're emotionally disturbed, your hormones have become disturbed as well. Believe me, many of my patients who come up to me and they ask me that, ma'am, I had this problem because, I had a lot of, hectic, my children, I was very, I had to go to office on a regular basis. I had to do a lot of activities, but somewhere or the other, only negativity was coming from the patient. Not a single positive word I could hear from her. So I asked her that, is there any positive thing or is there any good thing that you love about your job? See, she's like, it's okay, ma'am. We are just continuing. That means she's not satisfied with whatever she's doing. Then what is the value of doing that activity if you're not mentally stabilized? So here, the recently, when our researchers, when our, many doctors and the persons who are, time and again, they are going through these activities, they are trying to search what can be done and what are supposed you can avoid. So there are recent approaches, okay, where you can actually lead a happy and a healthy living through a peaceful mind and body. You just need peace. As I told you, that it's a, everyday problem. Lifestyle modification, right? So when I told about lifestyle modification, that means you can possibly find a solution on an everyday basis only. Okay. You need not go out, do some rocket science and do some activities. No. Here, the recent approaches that you're following is just to build a peaceful mind and body, a connection that you can build between your mental and your physical aspect. So the first thing that is going to help out, or the first or the recent thing that has come up and which is helping people nowadays, is the holistic approach. I hope everyone or most of you must have heard about the word called holistic, right? Where holistic means your mind, your body, and your soul, they all come together and they perform in a synchronized manner. So in recent times, as I was telling, that there was a time that people never used to discuss about the mental health problem, but nowadays people have started, they have learned the art of discussing about their own health. Women, old age people, many people are there who are just running after the work and money and everything. But even after getting a lot of money, what is the value if you don't have that satisfaction or you don't have that peace in your mind? Don't you agree? It's better not to have so much of money and have lead a peaceful life, okay, rather than running after money and getting promotions and doing all activities. I understand that many of living is is important, money is important, but find a balance between all these activities. When it's the time, stop. When it's the time to run and walk, then do it. Okay, so try to find a balance between these three aspects that you can see on your screen: the mind, the body, and the soul. So when we talk about these three aspects, no, you can ask, ma'am, what are we supposed to do? How we are going to help? The very first thing that you can do is self management. And that self management starts with you, and that starts from your home. It says that practice begins at home. Let's practice together. Let's see what we can do. The first thing that we can do is have a control over your thoughts. I know it's too difficult. Your mind keeps on wandering every day. If even it happens with me also. But still, what you can do, take some time out from the busy schedule. Of course, everyone is having 24 hours. At least you have half an hour, you have 20 minutes, 25 minutes where you're taking bath or you're sitting and having a cup of tea. So find that time, try to think, what kind of thoughts are coming to my mind? Why am I not able to control them? Is it good for me or is it bad for me? That is called mindful thoughts. Once you start inculcating, talk to yourself. Am I thinking something good? Is it relevant at this particular time? No. That means I should stop. Now, that is the time where you can divert your mind to something purposeful. Start reading, start listening to your music, or do something peaceful, or do something which is your passion. And doing that, while doing that activity, it's not only the thing that you can do. A mindful eating habit is also very important. The nutrition, the thing that you take in that goes into your body, that also contributes in generating energy. Every day you wake up, you have your breakfast, you have your lunch, you have your dinner. But when, if you focus on what you're eating, am I eating all those junk foods, the oily foods? We go out in the weekend and have a good time with the family eating the pizzas and burgers or the KFCs. It's okay. Once in a week, you can have a cheat day, but not always. Throughout the weekdays, or when you're preparing food at home, focus on the items which is displayed on your plate. As we advise our children to have a rainbow food items in our plate. Same applies for the adults also, right? So if we think that we can control our portion control, so we can maintain a good weight. If we have all different type of nutrients like carbs, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals in equal amount, we can maintain a good circulation in the body, good hormonal level in the body, and definitely these are all going to affect your mental well-being also. Apart from the one of the most important, or the thing that I am related to is mindful activities. It's very important for us that on an everyday basis, when you wake up, okay, like how you present your body for the entire day. You wake up very lazy, you feel, oh my god, today is Monday, I have to go back to office today, I have go to attend the meetings and everything. That means you are demoralizing yourself. Now, if you say that early morning I'll wake up and every day I'll do some meditation, I'll do some stretching activities, I'll do some yoga or asanas, Pilates, don't you think you are going to get energized? I know it becomes too difficult for some people to start with. Get a group, get your friends on board, invite them, let's go for a walk early in the morning at 6:30, because nowadays summer season everyone wakes up early. Okay, so you have ample of time. So early morning, late night, when you come back from your office, you still have time with you, right? So during that time, do some activities. I'm not saying weightlifting or do heavy lifting, go to gym and do. No, it's not necessary. Stay back at home, have a yoga mat, just simply lie down and relax also. That is also something which is very important. Or you can just stretch your body, move your hands and legs and focus while doing. Mindful means try to utilize your mind on all or individual activities. That is something which is important. last but not the least, that is the thing which I love to do during my stressful days: mindful listening. Instead of listening to noises or people's talk or unwanted talkings, what you can do is you can focus on some light music, you can focus on some motivational videos or the podcast. People nowadays are listening to the different podcast or people of very famous people, right? Like Sadhguruji and everyone. They It gives us, it boosts up the energy level in our body. It also calms our mind. We get a direction that what I was thinking, why I was doing like this. So if only 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 10 minutes a day I can devote to all these four things that I've mentioned, don't you think you will add up and you will you will do wonders towards your own life? No one else, at least do for yourself. That is important, right? So nowadays, even the government, even our environment, in even our systems, they have also come forward and they are providing services to the public also. Thanks to this telemedicine, thanks to the virtual and remote, work pattern, because of the COVID again, that people have started interacting with the specialist people or the experts through virtual assistance counseling. It's not necessary to go to a clinic or a hospital and meet the person in person, but you can interact with the person, stay back at home, no need to go out, just have this, take the advantage of telemedicine. So even as a physio, even I also treat my patients online. I can see that there is remarkable change. You get satisfaction that okay, someone is there 24/7 that I can interact with. If I have this problem, if I have, if I'm going through these mental problems, definitely someone is going to help me up, right? And of course, most importantly, people will avoid the crowd, people will avoid the traveling time. It is going to save the time. And definitely, you can meet the person at any time, during the night time, during the daytime. So this is the need of the time, where remotely, virtually, you can interact with the person 24/7. There are a lot of digital, eat platforms which are coming up, and they are helping people to combat the mental health problems, right? They are coming up with new techniques, new concepts where people can implement in their daily basis or daily life. Okay, so it's not only about like that you have to stick to a particular thing, that okay, this is something which I'm going to do. No, you should be open for many new concepts as well. So as I told you, listening. Music therapy is one of a very new thing, in thing, or a very trendy thing nowadays. People involved during doing any kind of activities, whether you're going to gym, you're doing activities at home, aerobic activities. If you combine it with music, that is very relaxing. Okay, so here, as if you're doing solo exercises or in group also, your body is moving, right? So your body needs a pattern. And from where you're going to get the pattern? Through music. There are various kinds of music, particular music, which soothes your body, soothes your mind also. Okay. So psychologically, you're happier, whether you do it indoor or outdoor. That reduces distress. There are many people who exclusively, after a stressful day, they just switch on the, music, and they start dancing. Why? Are they tired enough? They are tired, but still they love music. And music therapy workouts are really nowadays being followed by many people. During walk also, you can just include a silent music, very calm. So according to the situation, add music accordingly. So then you will get a result. Okay. Now, so, apart from that, one of the most important thing that you can incorporate is focusing on your breathing pattern. We all know, we all have heard advices from our seniors or experts that do breathing exercises, do breathing exercises. Now, what are these breathing exercises that we are going to do? There are various kind of breathing exercises, like you have your diaphragmatic breathing, you have got your pursed lip breathing. Okay, I'll immediately after the slides, I will do a quick practical with all of you so that we all are going to do or start practicing the thing right away. So breathing activities are again can be done on a meaningful or a mindful basis. So whenever you're doing these are very simple and the basic breathing activities that you can do, where you're focusing on the inspiration and the expiration part. You're breathing every day, but are you focusing? Do you ever know that, the air you're breathing in, you're exhaling out, what kind of effect is putting on your mind and your body? That is where you need to focus on the breathing pattern. And you can see at the end that a person is lying down. What he's doing? He's progressively relaxing his muscles. Once you do this breathing exercises, once you start performing this breathing exercises, no, your entire body, your entire mind calms down. It comes to a zero level. Okay. And you feel that I don't have any more energy. I just want to calmly lie down. This is a holistic approach where you lie down, and in yoga, we call it as a Savasana posture. Okay. You just relax down on the yoga mat. You one after the other try to focus on your forehead, try to focus on your hands, your legs, your core muscles, your important leg muscles like your quadriceps, your buttock muscles, your calf muscles. So it's a very synchronized and a rhythmical manner. Okay. No one is going to teach you up, but only you can take charge of your body, and you can only do it once you realize the importance of mental well-being. Okay. So here it is very important for us to understand that discussing is important way more than, to keep it aloof within you. Mental well-being is something which is now not hidden from anyone. Almost out of 100, 95 people are suffering from these mental health issues. I'm sure most of you who are present here, you must be nodding your head. Yes, ma'am. We still feel that stress and anxiety on an everyday basis, right? Why? Let's discuss it. There are many group therapies, counseling sessions available. And through communication, through discussion, we can actually understand each one of us emotional aspects. What do we want? What are we running after? Why aren't we taking care of our body? Because now health is wealth. Okay. Even though you're working, even though you're happy, you're gaining a lot of, success in your life, you're leading a happy life, but still, if somewhere you think that, no, I'm not mentally stable now. Okay. So from where you will get the stability? From yourself, right? So you have to be more creative. You have to find out more ways through which you can involve yourself in some activities, okay, where anxiousness, where anxiety, everything is going to get reduced down. Okay. So if a person is having this problem now, ask the person, discuss with us, tell us what is your problem, baat kariye openly. You never know, a person who is sitting beside you will be having way more problem than you. That is called group therapy. Discussing, communicating, interacting is very important, because if you keep it within you, that is going to kill you silently. You will not be able to come out of it, and every day you will be thinking, oh my god, what did I do to me? At the age of 40 or 45, you will think that, okay, if I could have started this few years back, I could have controlled my emotions, I could have achieved way more satisfaction in my life. So let's discuss about it. Let's get involved in some kind of activities. Let's get socializing, because socializing is really, really very important. And apart from that, there are many other physical activities that helps you to maintain your mind, or it helps you to maintain a well mind and brain. That is called a mind games. Okay. So you can see a lady, she's sitting in front of the mirror and she's doing some kind of counting activities. What she's doing, she's actually she's trying to understand her own body's movement pattern. What you're doing, you are actually diverting your mind, you're cutting off your mind's thought from the daily routine, and you're trying to focus on your body. Start counting. Try to see yourself in the mirror. Oh, is this the way I'm moving my fingers? Is this the way I'm doing fisting? I'm opening up. So this is how you focus on your body, right? Do the activities, because if you don't do, no one else is going to help you out, which is called mirror therapy. Stand or sit in front of the mirror, try to see yourself. Okay, my hair is graying up, and I'm aging, or I'm looking good today. It's always good to love yourself, right? Not only females, also male, and irrespective of all the age group people, you should start loving yourself. So here, focusing on your own body movement is also very important. Now in the second picture, you can see me. I'm doing some kind of ball balancing activities. So what is happening here? I am trying to balance my core muscles, the abdominal muscles. आपकी पेट की muscles जो होती है ना, वो आपके पूरे body के posture को maintain करने में मदद करती है, और आपके पूरे body की gravitational force को maintain करने की कोशिश करती है. So in a way, if you have these kind of therapeutic balls, you can have it at home, and slowly, you can do a lot of ball balancing activities. So in a way, it calms down your entire body. Your muscles get stretched out. Okay, your muscles are getting stretched. You are increasing the flexibility, you are increasing the balance. In a way, आपकी mind भी आपके पूरे बॉडी के एक्टिविटी के ऊपर बैलेंस हो रही है. सो वो जो टाइम, दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम इन द इवनिंग और इन द मॉर्निंग, whenever you are doing this, so what you are doing, you are inculcating these kind of mindful activities. So either you can use these balls on various positions, right? So you can move the ball up and down position, you can move it from side to side. There are lot of activities that you can do with the gym balls. You can do pilates, you can do yoga. These are very important mat exercises. Okay, आपको पसीना छुटाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू टू स्वेट इट आउट, डू hour or two activities, not required here, it's not necessary. The only thing that you can do is just involved in some kind of physical activity जहां पे you will be focusing on your body. You will ask, ma'am, every day we do a lot of activities, no? Females say कि आज इतना काम कर दिया, cooking, running, household activities. These are not activities, right? You're only finishing off your daily course. Have you ever wondered while you're cooking, your hands are moving, you're bending forward, you're picking up your child and doing, right? So this is not an exercise. You're not focusing, right? You're getting mentally exhausted and you're getting tired only, right? The only way is that doing nothing, only focusing on your mind and your body through these activities. Pilates, yoga, because ये traditional methods होती हैं. These are all traditional methods, and since ancient times, many people have been doing yoga, and it's still there. वो कभी गया नहीं है. Everyone is following that. Why? Because it has got some importance, right? And those people who love swimming, and those people who love walking, because walking is something which our old grannies and uncles and aunties are loving nowadays. Go for a walk in the evening, right? It's the easiest way. But remember that easy is not always bad. Easy is good also. Walking, whenever you are going for a walk, 30 minutes, 35 or 40 minutes, right? You can just maintain the pace or you can increase the speed as you like. But all these activities, whatever I have mentioned, they are going to help you to focus on your body physically and mentally also, right? So Pilates, yoga, swimming. Swimming, as you all must be knowing that whoever knows swimming, water helps us to reduce the body weight and it helps generate a placebo effect in our mind. We need that placebo effect. Someone has to tell us, we had to think, I'm happy, I'm okay, I'm relaxed, right? So that is something which we are going to do. Okay. Now, this is a time, I think, where, after this slides, I will be, we will be performing some kind of activities together, everyone. But it is really, again, very important that to follow up with all these activities. Ek din karke chhod mat dena, right? Remember, every one of you. Keep a record of all your things that today I did 5 repetition, tomorrow I will do 6. You have to increase, right? Try to modify and continue with the therapy. Okay. Consistency is very important. Once, twice, thrice a week, every week you are doing. And the healthy habits, whatever you're eating, the fruits, the vegetables, the breakfast, lunch and dinner, it has to be healthy, it has to be colorful, but it has to be maintained. And of course, every time you do any kind of physical activity, you go and you interact with the person or any expert, try to reassess yourself that am I stable now? Am I psychologically perfect now? Am I confused? Am I stressed? So start re-evaluating and reassessing yourself, which is again very important. Because if you are not going to take care of your body now, no one else is going to do it for you, right? So that's it. So I hope I have covered very important points, where we could see, or where I can say that, your health is in your hand. So definitely whenever your health is in your hand, so how to take care of your body, now you know that, right? You need not go out, look for any imaginary things that, okay, this will happen, then only I will start working towards it. No. Discuss about your mental health, right? And whenever you discuss about your mental health, it's always good to interact, communicate, and try to follow the approaches that I have mentioned. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
The
Tripura.
audience are asking some questions.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. First question is, can you explain the concept of self-care and its significance for mental health maintenance?
Okay. Self-help, right?
Yes.
Okay. The significance of self-help. Okay. What we understand by self-help, that means you are self-managing your problems, right? Even in very, serious problems like cardiac problems, BP or diabetes also, the doctor will advise you medications, the therapist will tell you to do this and that. At the end of the day, who will do it? The doctor will do or you will do? You will do it, right? So self-care means you have to take care of yourself. No one else will do. So self-care, why it is important? Everyday basis, you are waking up, brushing your teeth, having your food and everything. So the significance is that mental health, as we are discussing, mental health is not a, It's a simple, but yet it is a complex one. So until and unless you understand about it, no one else is going to tell you that do this or do that or anything, right? So it is really very important that you understand how your lifestyle you're going to take care, right? Supposedly you think that tomorrow I have to do this activity, you will do it by yourself. If you don't want to do this activity, you will not do, right? So something which you want to do and something which you don't want to. That is called self-help or self-care, which everyday basis you have to be consistently doing that.
So, ma'am, one question is in the chat box. How to deal with a depressed person, specifically when they are rude?
How? Can
How
you
to
repeat?
deal with a
Ah,
depressed person,
mm,
specifically when they are rude?
when they are rude. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, when a person is depressed, no, he does not seem anything. गुस्सा ही आता है हमेशा, है ना? मत जाओ मेरे पास, मत जाओ. Don't do anything. Don't come to me. I'm not going to answer. Definitely, it happens. All the person who is depressed, they are rude. It's not their fault. It happens automatically. How to deal with them? See, basically, sometimes now we feel scared. अरे उसके पास कौन जाएगा? कौन बात करेगा? कहीं हमें, the person should not tell me. वो insult कर देगा, बात कर लेगा. But the only way what you can do is that try to go sit at that person, okay, sit aside with the person, उसके पास जाकर बैठिए, try to connect with the person and ask problem क्या है, what happened to you, tell me, I'm here to listen to you, okay. So the only way to do is that not shouting at the person, okay, not asking him any question. You have to be a little bit calm down, go to the person, sit at that particular place, and then you have to ask the person what is the issue, what is the problem. I will help you out. Okay. That help word जो आप बोलते हो ना, then the person will tell that someone is there to help me out. अगर आप बोलोगे अरे क्या हो गया, why you behaving like this, it's okay, ऐसे नहीं बोलना है. रूड के साथ रूड बिहेव नहीं करना है ना, हमें काम डाउन करना है. हमें बोलना है कि आई विल हेल्प यू आउट. ओके. सो डिप्रेस्ड पर्सन ऑलवेज आर इन सर्च ऑफ हेल्प ओनली. तो वो जो हेल्प वाला वर्ड होता है ना, यू हैव टू काउंसिल द पर्सन, सिट बैक, इफ अ फैमिली इज देयर, फ्रेंड्स आर देयर, हुएवर इट इज देयर, आस्क द पर्सन what is the problem, let's discuss. तो मैंने जो बताया था आप लोगों को ना, discussion is very important. So just sit beside, start interacting with the person, he will definitely let you know कि actually हुआ क्या उसके साथ.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And one more question. Can brainstorming helps in improving the mental health?
Okay. Now, brainstorming is something which is different for different people. What do you understand by brainstorming? What we understand by brainstorming? Because basically what happens, brainstorming means we are utilizing the mind. The brain is constantly working, right? So yes, if you are utilizing your mind or involving your mind in some positive work, then definitely brainstorming is going to help you out. आपकी mind कभी खाली नहीं होगी. वो होते हैं ना, empty mind is devil's workshop. तो आपका mind empty ही नहीं होगा. So you will not think of absurd things. But sometimes brainstorming, no, आपको brainstorming में आपको काम भी होना पड़ेगा. Thoughts आपको लाना नहीं. Brainstorming is positive, where you are involving some activities in your mind. Sometimes brainstorming is calming your mind also, where you don't need to include many things in your mind. So that is how you do meditation and breathing exercises. You're brainstorming your mind while focusing on the breath pattern. Okay. So in a positive way or in a constructive way, you can use the brain for brainstorming activities.
Yes, ma'am. So next is emotional intelligence can help in improving the mental health issues.
Emotional intelligence, right? Now, wow,
Huh.
that's a very good word. Emotional intelligence. So yeah, everything, artificial intelligence, emotional intelligence, of course. So whoever have asked this question is a very good question. So as I can say that, emotional means it's a state of your mind, right? So definitely, if emotionally we are able to control our thought, if emotionally we are able to control the systems of our body, then definitely our mental well-being will also be taken care of. As I told, there are recent approaches, there are recent techniques which are coming up, emotional intelligence, that how you're emotionally reacting to a situation. If you're getting angry, you're getting sad, you're getting surprised, you're getting confused. So if you are able to control these emotions, then definitely you will not be facing these challenges in future, right? Because many people lag behind with these issues. Okay, many people are there who don't know how to control their emotions at particular situation. There is the problem. So here, emotional intelligence, definitely emotionally, if you are able to control your thoughts, your emotions, your emojis, as we can say, smiley face or sad face or angry face, definitely your mental well-being will be taken care of. Yeah. Any more questions we have?
Thank you, ma'am. There is another question. How does physical exercise contribute to mental well-being?
Physical activity contribution mental well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Physical activity, as I have shown you in my slides, that of course physical activity makes you involved in particular kind of activity. You will be doing gymming, you will be doing you will be doing pilates and yoga, whatever I mentioned. Are you like, a time will come that thoughts will be coming in your mind. You will be getting, okay, tomorrow I have to go to office, I have to finish off this work meeting and everything, but still you're doing physical activity. A time will come when the thoughts and the, ideas and the emotions will not come to your mind, but you will be able to focus on your body. Definitely physical activity की वजह से आपकी blood circulation बढ़ती है, your body system works perfectly, nervous system also works perfectly, and the stimulus that you give to your mind, that I have to move my hand upward, I have to move my hand downward and sideways. So these kind of movements you're doing now, you're trying to focus on your body movement. So in a way, physical activity अगर आप करोगे तो you have to be focused on the physical activity, nothing else. So in a way, क्या हो रहा है? You're controlling your thoughts, right? Irrelevant, absurd thoughts are not coming to your mind. So whenever you're doing physical activity, indirectly your mental well-being is also getting maintained, right? Okay.
Ma'am, one more question.
हाँ जी.
How to control our anger, because it indirectly impacts our family. We tend to remove frustration on our family, so you can guide on.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. So mostly our mothers, if they are angry, बच्चे को मारना है ना? अरे तुम स्कूल के लिए रेडी क्यों नहीं हो रहे?
Yes, ma'am.
Please नहीं, है ना? Same thing happens
Yes.
with me, ma'am. Also, so every day I keep on doing this thing and I keep on, being angry on my son. But yeah, one thing what I have learned from my practical view is that like we have to think like a kid, right? So basically, if we are angry on our child, we have to think why the person is doing this activity. If I become angry, he will again be angry on me and will tell mama आप भी गुस्सा हो रहे थे, मैं भी गुस्सा हो जाऊंगी, ठीक है? So the same thing will happen. So if anger is coming na, what you can do, you can just tell that okay, this is not a bad situation. बहुत सारे लोगों में ऐसी बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम होती है. This is nothing for me, nothing for me. Reassure yourself, right? It's not that easy to do, but self help again is very important. So यहाँ पे what you are going to do, you are going to control yourself, say to yourself that this situation is very cool, I will be able to do it, handle it nicely. Okay, self help. आप अपने आप को इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करवाते हो, बताते हो अपने आप को कि दिस सिचुएशन इज वेरी इजी, आई विल बी डूइंग इट. तो ये चीज आप हर वक्त जब आपको गुस्सा आता है ना, आप वो कंट्रोल करोगे, ठीक है? यू ट्राई टू कंट्रोल दैट थिंग. तो वो धीरे धीरे करके वो चीज आपका आएगा, एक दिन में बिल्कुल नहीं आएगा. सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्ट योर सेल्फ. मैं क्यों गुस्सा हो रही हूँ? अच्छा वो स्कूल के लिए रेडी नहीं हो रहा है, कोई बात नहीं, ही विल डू इट, ही विल डू इट, राइट? सो पेशेंस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग that every mother who is present here they have to look for. I know that patience कभी कभी वो निकल जाता है, वो रहता नहीं है सबके साथ, but still in every sphere of our life, okay, पेशेंस के साथ अगर आप काम करोगे ना, if you think that okay this situation is temporary, it will go away, it will not stay in my life forever, my child will grow up, कल को वो खुद अकेला अपना काम कर लेगा, तो मैं आज क्यों गुस्सा हो रही हूँ? जस्ट बिकॉज आई एम नॉट एबल टू कंप्लीट माई वर्क, दैट इज अ थिंग. ओके, इंट्रोस्पेक्ट योरसेल्फ, थिंक दैट दिस सिचुएशन इज टेम्पोररी, it's not going to stay with you forever.
So, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And one more question, ma'am. This last question.
Yeah.
If a child is angry and showing a lot of tantrums, so what do we do? Because we tend to overreact and tend to beat them in anger, which indirectly impacts them. Because when they grow, they tend to be more anxious.
Yeah.
So the day happened where I locked her in her room. You should not behave like this, so that she calms down. But I don't know if this behavior will impact her locking in a room. This can guide us how to control the child's anger and when they throw the tantrums.
Child anger also, so I mean every age, हर एक एज में ये प्रॉब्लम ना, every age child is having this problem, like tantrums, these problems, crying, very cranky people, children are like that, right? If I will tell that it happens with me also being a mother. So basically here ना, the first गलत चीज जो हम लोग करते हैं ना, हाथ उठाना, बीटिंग आवर चाइल्ड, राइट? अरे गलती, गुस्सा आ गया, आपने मार दिया उसको, राइट? एक्चुअली इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट द चाइल्ड्स माइंड. इफ द चाइल्ड इज अ सिंगल चाइल्ड, अगर आपके सिबलिंग्स भी होते हैं ना बच्चों के ना, even then also, so here if the child is being cranky, right, so sometimes we think that okay we have to give everything the child wants, chalo chup ho jayega wo, give this person, give this thing, so he will be all calm down. No, sometimes what we have to do, we have to tell the person practically. हमें बच्चों को practically दिखाना पड़ेगा. You're not brushing your teeth, you know what will happen to you? आपके दांत में आके मॉन्स्टर आ जाएगा, राइट? एंड द मॉन्स्टर, व्हाट द मॉन्स्टर इज गोइंग टू डू, आपका दांत लेकर चला जाएगा, right? So we have to be like a kid. I know that early morning or late evening may when you're tired, it's too difficult for you to manage. But you have to, children see through your activity, ma'am. आप हाथ उठाएंगे आप मारेंगे ना तो बच्चों को वही सीखने को मिलेगा, right? Parenting is not an easy task.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Yes,
it's how you are going to interact and be, involve the child and be a child with the, be a child. So you have to think and give the perspective, give live example कि why you should not do this. Okay. तो लॉजिक
correct.
मिलेगा चाइल्ड को, बच्चे को समझ में आएगा तो that automatically he will understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Great advice. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, ma'am, one more last question from the chat box. Is spiritual method improve mental health?
Spiritual, yes. मैंने even I also mentioned about interacting and collaborating your soul as well. Now I'm not talking about being spiritual. मतलब if you're prayer करके भगवान को पूजा करके पूरे दिन बैठ जाएं आप calling God. Spirituality means try to understand your soul, that yes, for what purpose you have come to this world, that God has given you a life. That means definitely there is some reason why you have come to this earth. Okay, one day or the other we have to go from this earth, and what are we leaving behind? We are just we are like actors. We are playing the movie, just like a movie we are playing, and we need to understand this is temporary again. So spiritual methods means connecting to your soul. Talk to your soul. Okay, and I'm not saying spiritual means you have to start praying or go to temples and do the activities. God is there listening to you. He's always there. So definitely spiritual method is going to help you out, but have a controlled spiritual method where you're connecting with the soul and the soul is being directed towards a positive pathway. Yeah.
Thank you for answering these questions, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for answering these questions.
Yeah.
That was a great piece of advice given to us. The most engaging person we have found during the session.
Sudha, 1 second. Yes, Shriba, yeah, please go ahead. No,
Ma'am, like I just wanted to
you're
know,
not audible. Just increase your volume so that we can
yeah,
hear
ma'am.
you.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, better. Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, what should we do if we have panic attacks, ma'am? Like getting more stressed.
Panic attacks. Okay. Panic attack is very common nowadays because out of nowhere the panic attacks come up. And you know what is the reason? In your subconscious mind, you are going on thinking something which, some bad had happened in your life and you're not able to get rid of it. Okay.
Okay.
So when you have panic attacks, now just, avoid that situation and go out to a place. No need to take that pill. वो एंटी डिप्रेशन वाले पिल होते हैं ना, वो इमीडिएटली मत लेना. ट्राई टू सेल्फ कंट्रोल योरसेल्फ. ट्राई टू अवॉइड दैट सिचुएशन, गेट आउट ऑफ दैट प्लेस एंड सी दैट panic attack is coming. Okay, let it come. What you will do, take a deep breath. Okay, try to inhale and exhale. Okay, that I think that is the only thing that I left with a practical demo. Just for 2 minutes I'll do that. So Shivaji, what you are going to do, try to avoid the situation, go out of that area and take a deep breath. Tell yourself that if panic attacks are coming, let it be. I'll fight it. Okay. Self-management. And try to avoid your mind and do something which you like. आपको गाना सुनना अच्छा लगता है, try to listen to the song. If you want to look at something, look at that particular person. So you will feel much better. तो वही चीज अगर माइंड में आ रहा है ना, you have to stop it. You have to stop that thought which is coming to your mind. So that is how you can control the panic attacks. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Lakshmi ma'am, I think that is only one thing that I wanted to do, a breathing practical. Yeah, only for 2 minutes. I want to request everyone, please switch on your cameras. Your microphone should be mute.
Yes, ma'am. I will let them know. So, guys, please switch on your camera and keep your mic mute, and let all of us do what ma'am says for couple of minutes.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi ji. So I can see.
You're welcome, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Most of the participants, others, I think they don't want to switch on. So yes, of course, it's a as we studied about the approaches, Shweta ma'am, she is driving and she is having the kid with her also. It's okay. So yes, practically, if we know how to take care, one thing I told you, that breathing exercise is very important. When we have panic attacks, when we have any difficult situation, what is the first thing people tell? Calm down, calm down. So calm down karna kaise hai, right? I told you about diaphragmatic breathing and pursed lip breathing. Okay, so these are very two common methods that we can follow up, right? So what you are going to do, have both your hands, one at your chest and the other on the abdomen area. Okay, one at your chest and the other at the abdomen area. Okay, now try to inhale, feel the expansion of your chest and abdomen, and relax. Inhale and exhale, right? So this is the diaphragmatic breathing that you can do. And why you are going to place your hands, that's just you need to focus कि आपकी breathing कैसे हो रही है. You're expanding and contracting. Okay. And the other thing that we can do is pursed lip breathing. अगर किसी को कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, बहुत स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, माइंड एकदम जगल कर रहा है थॉट्स के साथ ना, व्हाट यू गोइंग टू डू? ब्रीथ थ्रू योर नोज एंड ब्रीथ आउट थ्रू योर माउथ विद अ पर्स लिप. लाइक सो आपकी माउथ का अपीयरेंस कैसा है? यू आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू पर्स योर माउथ. तो यहाँ हो क्या रहा है? यू आर calming down your mind and you know what you're doing? You are strengthening your respiratory muscles. ओके तो यहाँ पे आप जल्दबाजी ये ऐसा नहीं करते हम लोग, बहुत ही काम डाउन तरीके से रिलैक्स्ड वे में अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग एंड व्हेन यू गो बैक टू बेड. ठीक है, रात को सोने से पहले आप ये 10 to 15 टाइम्स ये जो एक्टिविटी आप करते हैं ना, आप अपने चेस्ट के मसल्स, रेस्पिरेटरी मसल्स को स्ट्रेंथन कर रहे हैं एंड along with that you are also focusing on your breathing pattern, right? So apart from that, of course, you have got many other techniques, but ये जो आपकी breathing patterns थी, I hope आप लोगों को थोड़ा सा effective लगा होगा and definitely you are going to implement that. Yes, आप लोग करेंगे every day, right? Okay. I hope all are going to do these activities. Simple exercise hai, but still try to focus on your body and try to discuss about your problems if you have it. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a nice exercise and practical session too in this.
Yes.
Ma'am. Oh, hope everyone will follow it too.
Definitely. I'm also glad to be here. I could teach something, some valuable. I can see elderly people also, they have joined us. So I hope it is going to be a great help for them. Mental health is, something which you have to take care. Physically, आप जितने भी fit रहो, if mentally you are strong now, you will be able to conquer the world.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
That is what you're going to do. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Tripura ji.
Thank you all for attending today's webinar. And if you have any additional questions, you can contact by us, email or telephone. We are happy to provide additional support to you. Please follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel for new learning.